What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about what's going on with Tesla stock. I'm going to break down some important headlines about Elon Musk, what's going on with the market, and then talk about SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers as well. But before I break anything down, let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And then don't forget about the Webull link. The offer ends very soon. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. Deposit $25,000 or more, and you're guaranteed 75 free stocks. This offer is going to end in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, now let's talk about Tesla. So for Tesla, we got this very, very big decline after Tesla missed on their EV deliveries. And as Tesla has missed on them, there's all these headlines coming out about Tesla's deliveries, who is to blame for it. So one thing that's very common is people are asking, is Elon Musk to blame? I'll give you guys some answers in just a couple of minutes. Just remember, guys, that there's not much data coming out, but tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m., we do have a lot of ISM services data, which could cause more volatility in the markets. We have new orders and prices, which are very important. And we also have a bunch of Fed speakers and then Jerome Powell giving a speech tomorrow. Just want to give you guys a quick heads up. How about Elon Musk? What's going on with him? So the thing about Elon Musk is the fact that you can't just look at him as someone that's bad for Tesla and this and that. You have to remember that he has one of the best proven track records as a CEO in the entire USA. And the reason for that is because his companies have done very, very well. It's also because of the team that he has helped to assemble and his work, which is very, very great. Now, is Elon Musk somewhat contributing to Tesla sales slowing? To some small extent, yes, it's a possibility because there is a percentage of the population that won't want to buy Teslas because of what Musk has said. But for the most part, and to a much larger extent, I don't think that Elon Musk is affecting it that much because Tesla still has immense growth coming. And the reason why Tesla sales are slowing is because of external factors. I really believe that that's what's going on. So the reason I say that is because even though Musk gets criticism, he does talk a lot about politics. Yes, that could somewhat negatively affect Tesla to some small extent, but I think to a much larger extent, the reason why their sales are slowing is because of external factors, and they could still grow like crazy even with Elon Musk saying what he says. And the reason for that is because when you look at their overall positions, the entire EV sector was affected by these macroeconomic factors, okay? Why do I say that? Look at the current EV year-over-year sales growth. Sales are slowing a lot in the EV sector relative to what we've seen before. And this has been happening since 2013 to 2014. A lot in 2014, sales volume is slowing down the rate at which sales are growing. This does not mean that it's going to maintain this forever. This is just happening because of what's happening all over the world. So sales are slowing for Rivian, they're slowing for NIO, they're slowing for all sorts of companies all over the world. And on top of this, you can see BYD also had a very, very tough quarter. Tesla actually regained its BEV global volume leader position in the first quarter. If you want to go down that route and compare them, I found it very interesting how when Q4 came and BYD surpassed Tesla in terms of their electric vehicle sales, despite being in business for Tesla for longer, the media was screaming that Tesla ended up getting surpassed by BYD. BYD is stronger. It's the Tesla killer. They were saying that. Now that Tesla surpassed BYD again, there's not much coming out about it. They're just screaming that Tesla did bad in their deliveries. It's very, very interesting how biased things tend to be. But you have to remember that BYD sold just over 300,000 units that were fully electric, and Tesla did over 386,000. Tesla surpassed them again. If you look at all of their vehicles, including hybrids and others, they did 600,000, but we're just referring to BEVs or all electric vehicles. Tesla is still technically sold more than BYD in that regard. So not saying Tesla's better. I'm just trying to make it clear that yes, Tesla is in a position where the entire sector is being affected, and that's what's affecting Tesla. It's not just Elon Musk. It's not just little factors here and there. It's the entire sector being affected by macroeconomic factors. It's affecting Chinese sales. It's affecting everything. And that's part of why Tesla ended up surpassing BYD in BEV sales, battery, just fully electric cars. On top of this, there's also news coming out that there are other reasons why Tesla saw big declines. They're also saying it's because of what happened around the world at the Red Sea. This was a couple of months ago, not to mention that the thing that happened in Germany. All these crazy things have been happening, at least for this quarter. There were lots of shipping disruptions that slowed them down a lot because of what was happening at the Red Sea with all the attacks. So this slowed things down. This made production a little bit slower, and this actually disrupted a lot of supply chains for Tesla. That is one factor. Another factor is going to be what happened in Germany. There was that fire that broke out, and the German Gigafactory was closed for a very, very long time, for over like 10 to 14 days, if anything. And then additionally, on top of all of that, there are the external bigger factors such as slowing demand in the EV sector, high interest rates, which are really affecting sales. So there are all these bigger factors, I think that interest rates are one of the biggest factors. Tesla is very sensitive to them. And that is what we should be focusing a lot more on, less on just putting all the blame on Elon Musk. Not saying that this article is saying that or anyone is saying that in particular. I'm just saying that I wanted to clarify that I don't believe that the majority of what's happening to Tesla is because of Musk. I think that to some extent, some of his words could affect them, but for the most part, Tesla could still do over 500,000 in deliveries in the future, way more, if anything. They could still have absolutely astounding amounts of sales, even with Elon Musk. So I know that people try to throw everything on him. The media loves to do that too, but that's not really the truth. So, in my opinion, Tesla has immense growth coming in the future. The short term is kind of tough because of external factors, but we can't solely blame Elon Musk. You have to look at what happened overseas on the Red Sea. You have to look at what happened in Germany with the arson. You have to look at, global demand. You have to look at the fact that this is also affecting BYD and other companies are not having the strongest sales as well, because it's a global thing. It's not just Tesla. All right. So I wanted to clarify that. What do I see in the market now? I just want to notice that the market has been attempting to kind of rebound just a little bit, but it's not really that strong. Tesla has some very, very strong bearish momentum that has developed from this point up here. We got this big decline all the way down to about 162. Now we're currently at 165. And if Tesla continues to fall, we have to just watch this 165 area. We might just kind of hold this for some time. If we lose this, watch 162, then 160. If we try to rebound, watch 167.8. Overall, we're just kind of stuck, trading sideways. Not much is going on with it. I do want to note that when SPY was trying to bounce, Tesla tried to bounce with it, but now Tesla's showing weakness coming back down. Not really doing a whole lot. SPY was attempting to rebound as well, trying to push above 518 as buyers are defending it, but they're really struggling to get this thing to bounce very hard. So that's why SPY is just kind of trading sideways at this 518 area. Still kind of stuck, so it might just trade sideways for some time. But then at the end of the day, it's not really doing a good job at holding up. And it looks like sellers may step in again by tomorrow. So just be a little bit careful for the future. Yes, buyers are trying to defend, but they're not very strong. They're not helping this thing get back up to 520. And the sellers are still holding it down quite well. For the QQQ, is the same thing. We have this 440, almost reached 441. We also have 440's resistance, and then we have support at 438. We were attempting to push a little bit higher, and now we're starting to reject a little bit, not doing a very, very good job. And with that being said, I mean, this could start to decline a little bit more. We're not doing the best of jobs at trying to really hold up. So look and see for a move back down in the future, maybe by tomorrow, just to be safe, approaching some big data. Charts are not looking that strong. Apple was trying to rebound, got a little rejection off 169. Now it's coming back down. It barely, broke above that, so it's not looking too good. It just barely, touched that level. It didn't really get a clean break, and now it's showing some weakness. If it continues to fall, you're going to be looking for 168 to be retested, 168.5 and 168. Chart is kind of bearish, so just be very, very careful. And then on top of all of that, we also have, let me see what else is there. Nvidia is kind of stuck within this range. You guys could see we have support at 892. We also had resistance at 908. It was going back and forth for quite some time. It popped and dropped, and then ended up getting a drop today after the data and the way the market was performing. Now it's trying to get bought back up, and now it's kind of stuck in this range. So let's see if we close in this range. If we do close in this range, we could remain range bound. If we close below 892, that's going to be a sign of weakness. Nvidia could decline a bit more again. And to turn bullish, you want to break past 908 and start pushing. We haven't broken 908. So I'd say the chart's looking kind of weak right now. It's just barely holding 892. And I see somewhat of a risk of downside. So just be a little bit careful with that. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. As you guys can see, Tesla is just kind of flat right now, not really doing a whole lot. The overall trend is still more bearish on Tesla, though. Do not forget that. And with all these declines in sales, I'm not really, pessimistic. I'm still very optimistic for Tesla's future. I'm very excited for what the future holds for the company, but I am open to the possibility that there might be some pain coming. We also have earnings in just a couple of weeks. It might not be the best. We'll have to wait and see. It really depends on what happens with the expectations. That's going to be a big factor. How low do Wall Street set their expectations? And we'll see how things go. But if anything, guys, just be prepared for more pain as a Tesla investor and trader. Be prepared for more pain. It's going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. And I just see this as a very, very good opportunity to buy up more shares for cheap. People were hoping they could buy shares for much cheaper values, and we're getting more and more opportunities. All right. So that being said, thank you for listening. Tesla's just kind of trading sideways in this range. We'll see how things go. And I just want to thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys very soon on the next one in just a few hours, and peace out.